Like, I love you, and I just think you're just an interesting cat. And so, like, me being elusive or exclusive or whatever, there's nothing to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're fantastic, and you've been on the grind for a lot of years doing this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, I love, you know, to see anybody who's, like, dedicated to their craft.
Yeah.
And you 100% are, man. Like, you've really, you know, I love a labor of love. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, same.
And that's how you gauge someone's passion, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
I mean, dude, vice versa, right back at you. I mean, dude, like I said, I was fucking like 12, 13 years old, living in Brown County and seeing fucking your video.
Right on.
Just like, you know, some backyard, you just playing acoustic guitar, man. I'm like, man, like, didn't think nothing of it at the time, man. But then, like, this the way of life just led to, like, oh, I meet seeing the funnies. I start hanging out with them. Oh, hey, we play with this guy Sunday Drive. Oh, man, that's weird. I've heard that name before. And then I meet you, and then, you know, I see you playing through all these years, and, like, it took me even a while at that point to catch on. You know what I mean?
Right on.
Like, what you about,
sure,
what
sure.
who you are, and what you stand for and shit. And then, like, as it relevated to me, and then, like, I started doing these showcase shows, I'm like, dude, that's a fucking guy I want to get on just to talk about his fucking life and what he's been through, because I know that motherfucker's got stories, not only for, like cool, like, telling stories,
Sure.
but some down deep shit that,
Yeah,
like,
right
means
on.
something, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, some
And
substance.
just spread the word kind of shit, you know?
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
it just
appreciate
means
that,
it
man.
means a lot. Yeah, I mean, just having you sit here and do this, like, yeah, it means a lot to me, because it's
This has become a fucking staple over here, at least on the east, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like you've, you know, just done good work for our community, period.
Fuck yeah,
You know,
appreciate
just
that.
for people who are involved in arts and entertainment.
that was the goal, man.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
you know what I'm saying? But, like, a real staple over here, though.
Yeah, the
You know what I'm
east
saying?
side,
A
like, yeah.
fucking staple, man. So, you know, you and Caden both have, you know, you guys just have a really strong presence, man. And I think I speak for everybody when I say we really fuck with y'all. Love the art you make and just respect the shit out of you guys. So.
Dude, fuck yeah, man. I appreciate you, Adam.
Yes, sir.
Dead ass. I'm gonna do a countdown, and we'll rock right into it, man.
Let's fucking go.
All right. Kaden, we ready?
Yeah.
All right. And 3, 2. You talking to me? I'm talking to you, and this is talking to me, talking to you. And I am joined by the elusive and exclusive Adam Lee of Sunday Drives. Adam, welcome.
Hey, thank you for having me,
Dude,
man.
thank you for coming out.
Long time coming.
Yeah, a long time.
I'm super happy to finally be here.
Dude, it's a freaking pleasure. First
I
off,
mean,
I'm a huge freaking fan.
Well, I appreciate you. I'm a huge fan of yours, and I've been trying to get on your show. I've been... No.
There's some lies being told.
No. I'm glad to finally be here, man. I know it's been a long time coming. I'm super happy to finally be here. Huge fan of yours, and just all of the work that you've put in on the scene.
Mm-hmm.
I really respect your tenacity, man. You know, you and Caden, your presence in the community, and yeah, I fucking love y'all, man.
Dude, thank you. I mean, dude,
Yeah.
we're Eastside dogs till we die, right? Amen.
Loyal to the soil, you hear me?
I'm gonna be buried here, bro. Don't
hear
fuck
me?
with me. Dude, no, but thank you, man. I've been waiting to get you on. I mean, obviously I have a lot to talk to you
Sure,
about,
sure.
just collectively of what you do. I mean, dude, you've been grinding and doing your thing for like 10 plus years now.
Yeah.
I talked a little bit about it, but dude, I remember seeing you like back when I was a kid, like, you know, seeing little videos of you.
Yeah.
And so I've been in the know for a while, but like I was talking to you about, it took me a while to kind of catch up to get in the know of
Yeah.
like what Adam Lee is about,
Sure.
what you stand for, man, and like your music, man. It's touched me in a way, you know, and especially in these recent years, man, growing up and just like being more perspective to things, you know, and different like hardships in life, you know, and you speak real like true to that shit in your music. So I was just wanting to really start off with that and just explain to me like what medicine music means to you and like what your perspective is on your songs and your writing and shit.
Yeah. Well, first, thank you. I appreciate the compliments.
Yeah, no problem.
And if you're like me and you're a scumbag from this area, then you're probably gonna identify with some of the things that I'm talking about,
hey,
bro.
Man.
But no, medicine music to me, and I always say this, just art is just subjective as fuck, and everything is open for interpretation. Once you create something and give it away, it's no longer yours anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
you give it to people.
It can mean whatever the fuck it needs to mean to whoever. But to me, there was a time in my life where, people throw it around lightly. They say, "Oh, this saved my life," or "This saved my life." Mm-hmm. But songwriting and music, I think, did save my life. And I'm not just throwing that around. At a time in my life where a lot was changing and I was transitioning from one type of person to another, music played a just writing songs and sharing played such a therapeutic part of my process.
Okay.
And so what I found out is for a while, for a long time, I wrote and I thought, this is my therapy.
Yeah.
This is what's therapeutic to me. But then writing about like my plights and my trials and tribulations and my ups and downs and highs and lows, that shit ended up being therapeutic for someone else too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, what I thought I was doing for me in a selfish way of just needing this for my own therapeutic reasons. Yeah. Because I was giving all of myself, that shit ended up being therapeutic for someone else.
Yeah.
And then someone else, and then someone else. And what happens is, just, to me, music and art, and probably the whole fucking meaning of life is just, being vulnerable and just emoting and you know what I mean, connecting. So if something that's therapeutic to me ends up being therapeutic to you, that inspires me. So then I'm inspired to do something else, and that something else inspires you, which then in turn inspires me. It's like a fucking circle of life type thing, man. So that's what medicine music means to me, man. It means something that your soul craves. You know what I mean? Something that your soul craves, and something that feels good to a troubled soul. You know.
I think you said it right too, man. With the whole giving your music to people and they interpret yourself, but like within your music, like you're saying, you're giving yourself to someone, and like that's another like feat that you have too, man. Is the the live performances. It's like you really bring your soul into like encapsulating that moment for that audience, like you're talking to them. Me and Chris Harden just talked about on the last podcast. I saw that. You and Noah Smith, man. You guys,
sweetheart.
You guys do. He's a lovely man. I love him.
You're a fucking sweetheart.
Thank you.
Chris is a monster. Chris is amazing. I love him.
He's a great dude. I didn't know he did a lot of the mixing and mastering for your stuff.
Oh,
I did not know that.
Oh. He's the guy. He's the guy behind the magic.
That sounds great, dude.
He's the guy. But no, I appreciate that.
No,
man.
And so like bringing that live feat to like a show. I mean, we had the conversation before about being your authentic self. You know what I mean? And like we discussed, like Ali and how he probably learned a lot of those rhymes and shit.
Yeah.
And he probably he's working through it with his coaches.
Yeah.
But at some point, it became him. Like that's his feat. And so what kind of brought like that into your music?
I mean, fuck, man. I don't know if there's any like cool poetic way to say this, but like the substance in this music and what I'm telling you, I can't do it without being emotional.
No, yeah,
you know what I'm
sure,
saying?
Man.
So it's like I don't even, you know what I mean? To me, there's not another way. You know what I'm saying? So, that it exists, strongly in the music based on just the content and the substance that you're getting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What the songs are about. You know what I mean? The feelings that they embody, all of that kind of shit. And I think that translates. And I'm a vessel for those songs. I'm a vessel for this art. So
yeah.
So I'm gonna exert everything. You know what I mean? I'm gonna spill. Take it. You know what I mean? And I try to give it all away. Yeah. I feel like and again, it's just speaking for myself and the Sunday Drives and the band that I'm in. Like, if you go play a set and you don't feel some kind of emotional exhaustion at the end, you maybe phoned it in. You know what I mean? You maybe didn't do your... At least in this band. You know what I mean? At least with the music that we're making, you know what I mean? I can tell you that, 3, 4, 5 days into a tour or a run or whatever, it will start to really be taxing on you. Yeah. Just emotionally exerting every night and just going out and spilling stuff that's private to you. And obviously it's in a song, but stuff that is... near and dear to you, I guess. And you're giving so much of yourself, which is a beautiful thing.
Yeah, and speaking of like the songs and having, give yourself, I mean, dude, for listening to the lyrics, I mean, it's hard for anybody to understand completely where an artist is coming from. But man, I feel like, you kind of lay it out a little bit more and and it just, like you said, give yourself to the music. And dude, it's compelling, man. I mean, like I said, man, I'm a huge fan. But within the recent years, you've been
compelling. I fuck with it. Like I do like that. That's compelling. Yeah, man.
And like I said, man, I've known of you for a long time. In recent years, though, man, like you, and I'm not gonna say just you and Nick.
Have
been really hitting stride, man.
Shout out to my other half.
The other half, man. Yeah. The last few years, though, like I said, you guys have really it's really coming to its own, and what I feel like you guys are portraying.
Yeah.
So, first off, like I think Nick did tell the story once, but like, how did you end up deciding that was the dude?
Yeah. That
you wanted to continue your legacy with?
Yeah. That's dope. That's a dope question. I mean, I really was looking for Nick basically my whole life. You know what I mean?
Caden, I feel you, dog.
Right. You know what I'm saying? For real. Originally, my kid brother was the other... Sunday Drives, some people don't know this, has always been a duo.
Oh, really?
Always been a duo.
I did not know that.
You know what I'm saying? I went off and on a few years, on my solo tip.
Yeah.
And, really that was just... because I didn't feel like it was an open door to just have anyone, you know what I mean? The person who maybe wasn't the right fit, but just because they're musically talented, have them in. So
you didn't just want anybody. You wanted
sacred grounds type shit.
Yeah, for sure.
So originally my kid brother was supposed to be the other half of the band, and way before the project ever grew legs. He ended up getting a really long prison sentence, a really, really long prison sentence. So it was a wrap, you know what I mean? And since then, which was, a long time ago, I've been looking for Nick. You know what I mean? I looked for Nick for years, whoever the fuck Nick was, whoever that person was, man. And there have been a few people in and out of Sunday Drives, you know what I'm saying? There have been a few people... and not just even in and out, you know what I mean? Shout out to Johnny Cords, who was around for a little while. He was around for a little while. Plenty of other people who have, just kind of in and out. But yeah, me and Nick shared the scene together for, years. I was a fan of his, you know what I'm saying? And I think he obviously he fucked with Sunday Drives. And, I was a fan of his, and, it really just happened by chance. I was coming off of a tour, and the last stop was back in Cincinnati, and the venue got changed from somewhere in Covington to the west side, which is like his neighborhood.
Yeah.
And he saw it on like Instagram or fucking Twitter or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Was like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna go check this out. I'm gonna check Adam out. You know what I mean? He's in the neighborhood. And I just said some shit. I was just talking shit to some people I was just talking shit to the crowd, like, yeah, I'm about to go about to get into the lab and cut a record, and you know what I mean? And Nick he fucking like beelined for me as soon as the show was over, you know what I mean? And was like,
yep.
So what's up with that shit? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
I love that tenacity in him, man.
Yeah. He was like, so what's up with that, man? Let's talk about it. And he's like, I could play some drums, I could play some bass, I could play some guitar.
And then them keys.
I'm like, what about the fucking keys, though, bro? I'm like, what about the keys? Because a lot of people don't know, Nick's just such a talented fuck that...
Yeah,
he doesn't like. He's not even a piano isn't even his like root instrument.
Yeah.
I don't know what is, but I'm just saying like.
That's a good question, actually.
Right. But yeah, man. So from there, we agreed. We decided we were gonna get in a room and just fuck around for some studio work. Mm-hmm. And probably in typical Adam Lee fashion, you know, it didn't happen for a few months. You know what I mean? It was a few months of
elusive and exclusive.
But yeah, so we played tag. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean, for a few months. And Nick was so fucking cool about it, though, man. He was just
patience.
So fucking cool, man. Like I literally backed out on him, you know, fucking 20 minutes before I was supposed to be there type shit. Like, I'm supposed to be in your neighborhood. I'm, like, at my house. You know what I mean?
He's
like,
there set up.
Yeah. Oh, dude, 100%. And this motherfucker's like, no worries.
Yeah, that's
no worries,
cool,
fam. You know, hit me on the rebound, man. We'll make it shake. So, but I can honestly say, though, the first time that we were ever in a room together, and I'm talking fucking, like, 15 minutes. Like, you know, you see like the movies, there's like fireworks, like the you know what I mean, the people kiss, and it's like, you know what I mean, love at first sight type shit.
Those movies.
Right, yeah, fuck those movies. But it really was like that, man. You know, 15 minutes into ever playing music with this cat, and I'm a motherfucker who's really protective over this band.
For sure,
you know what I mean, and really. You know what I mean? Again, sacred ground. And it fucking... I knew, man. It felt... I was like, yo, like...
It's a thing.
You're the fucking one. Like,
That's fucking
You're
awesome,
the fucking other half of this, man.
That's
you
so
know?
cool.
And then I think from there, just continuing to get in a room. And then you find out what each other are made of. Like, you know, you get in a fucking... an SUV and load a bunch of instruments in it and drive halfway across the country with somebody for a week. You're going to find out things about, you know what I mean? You're going to learn about each other. You're going to, you know,
For me, man, I mean, because I was a fan of you, and then I was a fan of also like Infinity Spree and Nick and what he was doing at the time.
Same.
So it was super cool from my perspective as a fan of you guys to see this, you know, this collision course into what Sunday Drives is now.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, and like I said, like the last few years, man, you guys have really been on the rail, and it's I mean, fuck, man, let me just name, like 2019, you guys won a CEA for what was it, the best indie alternative group in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Bang, you guys dropped 3 to 4 visuals within the year, all by different directors and artists, you know, and then you drop an entire volume, which I think that the way you guys did that was super cool. When Nick explained to me how you guys drop singles that are collectively turning into a volume, I'm like, yo, that's the modern day
dope,
kick, man.
Yeah,
like,
I'm glad you like
it was a good idea.
Yeah, I'm glad you like
it's
that.
It's inventive for what's going on with, like, because people don't listen to albums per se anymore. You know, they do. I mean, obviously, but it's just not like what's like hip per se. And so I thought the volume idea and releasing singles as a project individually. It really shines light on each project.
I'm glad you like that, man.
Cool.
That is some shit that we literally we sat in my car in my driveway and came up with that idea. We like had indifferences about it, you know what I mean? And Nick is an album guy, you know, he's like an album, a full body of work. And I'm like, fucking album, single, only just little tiny bits and pieces, you know, just give them a bite and then, you know what I mean?
Let them chew.
Yeah. And that was our compromise, you know, which ended up being a really cool idea and, you know, something that I think is pretty special. But, you know, there's a policy when you're recording like that and when you're releasing, when that's your release schedule, and the policy is that no song gets left behind. Meaning there's nothing that you're going to release. You know, all of these songs aren't, you know, we're not making fucking radio top 100. Some of these songs are 5.5 minutes long and don't even have a format. They don't even have a fucking chorus. Some of these songs are 90 seconds long. Like, it's all over. You know the type of music we make. You know, there's not a lot of structure and format. At least not premeditated or like things have to be this way in order to be, you know. But the policy across the board, no matter what we're releasing, no matter what type of song it is, no matter how somebody in a fucking marketing department would look at it or whatever, the policy is that no song gets left behind. So for the release, every song that gets released, it gets its own life for a couple weeks.
Yeah, get some
and
love.
You're the baby for a couple weeks, and we promote you, and we shove you down everyone's throats, and we crank out a visual for you, and we, you know what I mean? And that's how to treat all of your children equal and give everything a fair shake. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. Like you say, there's no one left behind really.
Yeah.
It's all showcased. It's all
everything has its own window. Even when we were you know, some of our release plans for 2022 are the same way as some shit in 2020 and 2021 where we were doing, you know, releasing something and then 2 weeks and just heavy promotion and then 2 weeks later releasing something else. But even then, in just like a fast-paced release schedule, you have your 2 weeks of life. You know what I mean? You have your 2 weeks where all the focus is on this song, and the art that we made here is focal. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So, and you know, it just turned out to be a really cool thing. The creative process of like, we decided to not use graphic designers for artwork, and we decided to, for every piece of album art, to go find a local photographer in Cincinnati or a local artist in Cincinnati and get a photo of their brick and mortar art.
Okay.
Or use something from their catalog.
Yeah.
So rather than say, oh, this is what we're after, no, we want your art.
Do you have something for us?
Do you have something? We'll use what you have.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so been a fun process of like, scouting out different artists and, you know what I mean, being like, how does this make me feel for this song? No, moving on. You know what I mean? And that alone is just a cool creative selection, you know. Man, for Your Bedroom, we ended up finding this we didn't find them. It's this couple called Visual Sanctity, and they do bondage and ropes and really graphic, gnarly graphic, you know, super sensual, lusty art, like lusty. And we actually used one of their they're not paintings, they're I think they get photographs and they get them like big and blown up like on a canvas. Right? And we had them take a picture of that and use that. So we, you know, just different things like that, man. And just incorporating someone else's art into ours. You know what I'm saying? So.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, man,
and
it's been rad.
Well, that's cool. I mean, dude, just the openness of like just looking into, you know, just a variety of Cincinnati artists. I mean, there's so many like within every city. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the look in your own hometown, and just to be open minded. Like, hey, we don't want a specific thing. We want what you got. And if you don't have anything, let's figure something out and kind of work on the vibe. And with like personally, I mean, I've worked a little with you in recent years. Like, I mean, dude, I mean, the vibe is always like hype. You know, it's always like let's be creative. Let's find the thing. Yeah. Let's have like a subpar meaning to the thing. You know, and let's just be artists. And I mean, dude, that just goes right with what we're talking about with authentic. I can't even say that word. Authenticness. Authenticity.
Your cadence. Get your cadence down. Authenticity.
It's so funny.
So, I thought because it's been so long, it took so long to get me up here. I thought about coming up here and just being a complete fucking diva, just for like some like Andy Kaufman style, you know, just like, you know, just something like awkwardly funny and cool for y'all to witness. Like I thought about like sending him like a fucking rider and like telling him, you know, like green M&Ms only and you know French press coffee and.
But no, I mean, yeah, I mean the vision, the art, the concept of like the cover art, and then like, I mean, you work with guys like Sandwich Jones. I mean, he's done a bunch of videos. Mike, Nick's brother, he's new into the video game now, dude. He's killing it. His stuff looks great, man.
Yeah,
really
he's incredible, man.
I love his vlogs. I think those are killer.
Mike's a dangerous cat, man. He's one of those dudes that not only is he knowledgeable, but he'll just outwork you. You know what I'm saying?
Seriously.
He's a hustler, man.
I literally feel that, bro.
Yeah, he's a hustler, dude.
I mean, we just talked about football. I mean, dude, I hustle. I do my work. I
no, you are too,
that
bro.
That motherfucker's outworking me, and it's
he's a hustler,
like,
man.
damn, Mike, shout out to you, man. Good job, man. You're killing it. I love it. I love all the videos.
Yeah, Tyami Media.
Yeah, Tyami Media.
Yeah.
Anything to do with him? What is it? Lotus Shark. He's working with Lotus Shark now. Working with a close friend of mine, Raven Reed. I don't know if you've ever seen her.
Yeah.
But speaking of like videos and stuff, I got one I want to show as a visual. Kind of talk about a little bit. This one was done by Old Sandwich Jones.
Yeah.
So, in my consensus, you guys ran around in the middle of 2020, the empty city almost.
Yeah.
And filmed this, correct?
We did, man. Right in the height of the pandemic.
I mean, what a perfect time to get the cool empty city, man. I mean,
we actually set up a full drum kit.
Ah, yeah.
Out on
fucking is.
Like that's like right on like 5th Street.
That's
you know what I'm saying? Maybe 7th. I don't know, but we're
nice on the bridge.
I think for that time we were able to get it off. And, I don't know about, current day, if we'd be able to pull it off with that same kind of luxury, but...
No, it's stellar. I love what Sandwich did, too, with this vintage, like, collective 90s footage, almost.
Yeah.
It really fits the aesthetic you guys put in.
Yeah, that was kind of the thing. And it's cool. I've worked with Sandwich Jones for so long that... I'm able to just vocalize something.
And he gets it.
He understands, man. He gets the fucking vibes, man. He's been working with Sundae Drives, since 2017, early 2017.
Now, right? Yeah. He's your go-to guy.
We've cooked a lot of stuff together, man.
I got a lot of respect for him on the video format, dude. Yeah. He's our go-to for anything we got like questions about, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, he's one of my bestest friends, man.
He's a good dude, man.
But yeah, we got to edit this together.
Oh, you did it with...
I edited this with
Nice,
him.
Dude.
And I don't mean I did anything. I just mean I like micromanaged and
produced.
Yep.
Producing mouth.
But it was my first time ever getting to really see like how difficult, like, so it's easy for me to think something and I'm like, yeah, dude, so it'll be 15 different screens and every single screen needs to have a different shot happening, and it's like Brady Bunch, like everything's there happening, and like Sandwich was like, this is like logistically gonna be a fucking nightmare, but it's gonna be cool, like it's gonna be a great, you know what I mean, it's a cool idea, but it's gonna be a fucking nightmare. And getting to like sit with him and do every bit of this with him and pick the scene for each square, and it was cool, and it was healthy for me to be like, some of the ideas that we maybe come up with are fucking overly ambitious at times, but it can be done. You know what I mean? Everyone keeps a good attitude and stuff.
Yeah, that's what it's about, man. About
Yeah,
having a good
man.
attitude.
Yeah.
Now,
All in the name of art.
That's your daughter, right? Playing in
No,
the.
I don't. We actually found her.
Oh, you just found her.
We found her.
So she
was roaming the streets.
Stray.
Just started calling me daddy. No, that's my daughter. That's my youngest daughter.
That's there's a picture, an old picture, right? Like on an album of her, right?
Oh yeah. Well, so she was the brand ambassador. She was the mascot.
Yeah.
You know, for years.
Yeah, that's what.
She was the mascot from about 2012.
That's what I thought.
About 2012 to.
I think she's on the T-shirt I have. Right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah. So from about 2012 to about 2017, she started to be a little bit. She was getting older, and she was kind of like,
Damn,
"You're not really that fucking cool." You know what I mean? Yeah, man. You're not really that cool.
Until this video.
Right. You know, and but she played her role really well.
No, yeah, I
you
mean,
know,
yeah,
and
fun,
essentially
man.
she's just a little girl just walking around the city, just
bumping, man.
just listening to her earbuds and her headphones, and just.
I like the variety too. Like
different outfits, and,
different buds, the whole thing, glasses. Yeah, dude.
So you know, there was Nick and I are in 3 different locations, 3 different outfits, looks, whatever. 3 different locations all around the city. And then a couple weeks later, we took her back for her parts and went to the same locations, you know, but you never see us in a scene at the same time. So there's never a point where we actually thought for this scene that we might like walk past her. And we decided against it, though. You know what I mean? We decided against it. Like, we'll never be seen in the same. So.
It's very cool.
Yeah.
And that's one of my favorite songs, too, man. I love that song.
Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you so much. But yeah, kind of just an ode to our city, man, you know. Absolutely. Some beautiful footage, I feel like, in there, you know what I mean, of the place that we call home. So.
It's definitely one of Sandwich's best pieces of work.
Thank you, man. That's dope, man. That's dope because, you know, he does a lot of
does a lot of different shit.
Yeah, he does a lot of quality stuff, yeah.
That's sick, man. No, I do love that video, but it's speaking upon that, man, I did a deep dive. Obviously, I got to do some research for this damn podcast. I can't just come in blind. But I realized, you know, I talked to you about those videos I'd seen back when I was, you know, a kid. I never realized that, like, 2 of them were on the Sunday Drives page. That's right. If you go to Sunday Drives YouTube page and go down to the very bottom, you'll see a sick old school video of you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. 10 years ago.
There's stuff that pops up all the time that I don't even know about.
That's what confused
me. I mean, there's stuff that pops up all the time that I don't know about. There's stuff that exists that I see still that I'm like, you know, wasn't hip to it.
No, but it took me kind of down memory lane because that wasn't the specific video I'd seen, but I was like, well, that's one of them. Yeah. And one of them, we're about to deep dive here, man, because I'm curious because I remember hearing this specific phrase many times around here growing up. But what is 3060?
You remember hearing it?
I remember hearing it, bro. I remember.
Okay.
I remember that.
I mean,
I don't know how relevant it is to you nowadays.
It's relevant. It's a forever thing because it's forever attached to Sunday Drives. So
I think Teddy Grahams. I want to say Teddy Grahams was one of the people that said it to me.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to Teddy, man.
I mean, listen, man. You know, it's one of those things. If you know, you know, type shit. But
I'm not in the know.
If you were on the east side scene in 2012, 13, 14, 15, we fuck shit up, man. You know, I mean, it was everybody. So imagine Sunday Drive, See You in the Fun, all of our fan base, our entire fan base together. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, that's just what we were calling ourselves at that time. You know what I mean? It derives from some shit many years before that when I was just a young pup and we had a hip hop crew. Okay. And that's where you're getting into some shit now. You're getting into some shit.
I thought I would. Dude, but I remember that floating around.
I was in a hip hop crew with some cats called K the Mart.
K the Mart. Okay.
K the Mart.
Okay.
Middle name Lynn. Shout out to Raw Means. Rest in peace to Raw Means. Yeah, you know what I'm
That's
saying?
fucking
Yeah,
cool.
man.
See, I do remember that. I just didn't know anything about it, but I'd heard that
Yeah.
linger around for years.
So
man.
3060 is like, yeah, dude. There's people that have that shit tattooed on them.
Fuck yeah.
Shit.
That's yeah.
Rest in peace to my bro that just recently passed away that had that shit tattooed on his chest. My brother has that tattooed on him.
Okay.
Right on his chest, man. Like,
Your younger brother you're talking
yeah,
about?
my kid brother. Yeah. You know that shit has deep roots, man. And that's just our crew of musicians and artists and just, you know, people who just love, you know, music culture and just, you know, bunch of eastside scumbags, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but,
that's fucking dope.
But yeah, man, that you know, that's forever in my heart. Yeah, so 3060, a long time ago, before there was, you know, such a thing as all this high grade medicinal weed and everything, a long fucking time ago, like, weed cost $25.50.
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean? You pay like $25 for an eighth and $50 for a quarter.
Yeah.
And like, but then some really good weed would come around every now and then.
And that was 3060.
And that would cost $30.60.
Oh, okay.
And what that basically breaks down to is quality over quantity.
Oh shit.
So that's what 3060
cool.
means. 3060
cool.
just means quality over quantity.
That's fucking cool.
You know what I mean?
But it was kind of like almost in a way a kind of a starting point for this the where the East Side what is now.
I mean, listen, if you want to translate it all the way to right now to where, you know, we call our fan base the Bop Choir.
Yes.
Like that's what we call our fan base. Like that's Team 3060. You know what I'm saying? Team 3060 is the Bop Squad. Even the fucking funny people, all those cats, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I still run into cats, man, all the fucking time that are like 3060. I got a message today. Someone's saying, "Hey, man, I've been going through some really hard times, and you know, I wanted to let you know that that your music's been helping me." And at the end of the message, a very sweet message, they put 3060 for life, and I was like, "Yo, bro, like that's how you know someone's from back."
I like that. That's cool. It's cool that something like that.
Yeah.
Like I had nothing to do with, no part of. I was a decade out of the scene, dude.
The fact that you remember that though is really cool, man.
Well, that's just how prevalent that, you know, like in a way that you and the scene is like really stuck in the heart of Cincinnati, dude. I mean, at least for me, you know, like in my perspective, and like you're saying, like. I mean, I know the Funny Boys. I mean, that's kind of where, like, what introduced me into this whole, you know, East Side scene, you know, the music, everything. Yeah. And you kind of, you know, came up with them. Like, you guys kind of, like, grew together in a way. Like, I mean, you guys are tight. You know what I mean? Like, how many bills have y'all shared together, man? I got 2 tickets right here that got bills that you guys sharing. You know what I mean? Like,
you might say we're friends.
It's crazy.
You might say we're friends. But yeah, no, I love those cats. They're my favorite band of all time, and yeah, we did come up together. When I first met Jimmy and Thomas, I don't know if they'd done any shows, but they were so fucking good. They didn't even know it. You know what I mean? They were so fucking good. They didn't even. I don't even know if they'd even played any shows. But they would come out to my shows and support. Okay. And then I just started booking them. You know. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then we were all just young on the come up. You know what I'm saying? So we're just helping each other and just growing together and learning every day and just like, you know, just cutting our teeth together, man. And that's how we all came up together, man. You know, the first packed out room I ever played was all of us on a bill. The first, you know, just so many first experiences, man. But yeah, man, I mean, we went on a fucking wrecking spree all over the city, just playing every fucking venue, big or small, that we could book a show together at. You know what I'm saying? For years, from you know, 2013 to 15, man. Like, you know, we're like that, man. Like, I mean, we're all best friends, of course, but I'm saying, you know, just as a scene, as, you know, the two of us, it was like literally, like, people would, like, book us together. Like, they didn't even expect you to not be booked together.
It's like this
that's
is
a pretty
bell,
rare fucking thing for somebody to reach out to one band and be like, they just, like, book us together, like, not even a question, you know?
Well, dude, that's so cool, too, like, to build like not only with like you at the time were doing your thing solo
for a little bit
for a little while and so but just to connect with not only like another like solo but like a whole band that you basically had a band you grew with
man.
that you just didn't play with on stage technically but you do.
I've always been on the band circuit, man. It's a lot of people. I've spent a lot of time off and on before finding Nick. I spent a lot of time off and on as a solo artist. You know what I'm saying? And I've always just maintained that Sunday Drives is what Sunday Drives is. I've never looked at it as a solo act or a band or whatever. It's just fucking Sunday Drives. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've never said, well, I'm a solo act now, so it's just Adam Lee. No, it's Sunday Drives, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whether it's me or whether there's fucking 12 of us on a stage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but I've spent, I've never been in like a songwriter circuit. You know what I mean? I never, as a solo artist, I was never like in the songwriter scene. So I've always booked shows, even solo YOLO, dude. I've always been on bands or on bills where there were 4 or 5 other indie rock bands or alt bands or hip hop or whatever, but like I've always been booked with bands.
Yeah, so you never like booked with like a singer,
songwriters. I've been on part of that circuit, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, and really my foray into like that market was really with Noah and Crooner Circus, but like, honestly.
So recently.
Yeah, recently. Really, man, for real. I mean, before that, like, I've fucking headlined a showcase at Bogart's with fucking 7 or 8 bands.
Yeah.
And like I'm like headlining by myself. That's not a flex. I'm just saying like it's like that I'm playing with fucking bands. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like just bands. You know.
And and that's cool, man. Because like I mean, if you put it like on a pedestal, or whatever, you're holding up with them. Like say you do a solo gig. You held with those bands for all that time in that scene.
I never looked at it like that at that time.
It is that,
but
though.
Now I do look at it
dog,
like that.
Bro.
Yep,
Your dog.
Oh yeah. Looking back, I'm like, at the time, I'm just.
Everyone else got other people to rely on. If one musician messes up, that's on them. You got 4 other dudes playing music to cover it up. If you mess up, dog.
Yeah, and
that's on you.
I never, at the time, I was just out there cooking and just grinding and just, just making music and connecting with audiences and just doing what I'm supposed to be doing. But now, you're right, though, but now I do look back on those days, and I think, bro, I that is gnarly.
Yeah, it
that
is.
I had to learn how to make everything that works in my favor work in my fucking favor.
Yeah.
Because I'm playing every night with 4 and 5 piece rock bands who are up there. I don't even play rock and roll music.
No,
you know what I'm saying? So it's like they're up there like literally fucking guitars slinging, hair banging, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I have to figure out what my thing is going to be. And so, looking back on it, that really did help as far as using dynamics and connecting with the audience and how I address the listener in a live setting, and you know what I mean, my take to performing and how I make that stack up. You have to really kind of find your thing in order to stack up, you know what I mean, with some great full bands.
When speaking of that, man, like I've never really been able to do it myself. I mean, if you could kind of give me more of a description, but like I could never genre your music, because it's...
This podcast is over. Thanks. Everything was going well. Shut this whole fucking operation down. You guys are waiting for me to be a diva. We're like, we know this motherfucker's going to come in here and be a diva.
Will's going to ask the wrong question sooner or later.
Adam's gonna shut this whole shit down.
But no, I mean, I always consider like an indie formatted style thing. I
think most people do. I think,
but I mean, it's acoustic, obviously. But I've never been able to nail in anything. So, what would you say?
I mean,
if you was to have to genreify it.
I just gave some advice to somebody the other day, so I'm gonna reiterate this.
Okay.
somebody who was worried about what their place was, what genre they fit. And like I learned a long time ago that people are gonna put you in whatever box they need to put you in or they want to put you in, especially
you give it to people
if you have an unorthodox sound or if you're, you know what I mean, if you're coloring outside of the lines. That's not always digestible for everyone. So I don't know what fucking genre we are, but I do know that whatever genre you call us, I'm fucking cool with. I'm comfortable with that, and I think that some people have to put you in a box in order to digest you and say, oh, you know what? This is alternative hip hop. I got it. Oh, no. This is alt soul. This is folk pop. This is indie rock.
You're getting into
this
it,
is alternative country. Whatever it is, we'll take. Nick has this thing where Nick says, Nick like pulls trick questions on people, and they'll be like, "Yeah, so what do you consider your genre?" And he's like, "What would you call it?" And then whatever they say, he tells them they're right.
That's what it is.
Like they could be like, I really got polka jazz vibes. And Nick would be like, see, that's exactly what we're like. We're polka jazz. Like you nailed it. But, yeah, man. So genre wise for Sunday Drives, I don't necessarily know. I think it's just so subjective.
Yeah.
I know that stylistically it's kind of niche. I know it's not, it might not be like the thing that for everyone. The first time you hear it, you fall in love.
Like an acquired taste, kind of.
Yeah, I think so. You know what I mean? I think that it is something that if you come back to and you enjoy substance and content that you hopefully will like. You know what I mean? And that you'll hopefully enjoy. Genre-wise, I think it can be just whatever,
Yeah, for sure.
Whatever anyone is comfortable calling it, we're cool with that.
Well, and partner with that question, so you can't really prescribe that. What would be your musical influences then, per se? Like, what influences you to write music? And
Yeah.
I mean, besides your life story, but what musical influences per se?
I don't know if there's like a specific artist that has like an influence. There probably is. There probably
Maybe
is.
subconsciously.
I think Michael Jackson has always had an influence on me. Since I was a child, since I was just a little kid, just fucking stumbling around the house in a diaper.
Jackson,
you know what I mean? So I think that Michael Jackson has always had always been an inspiration, always had an impact on me. Just as far as like being musically influential, but I'm not necessarily sure if there's like a specific artist that like inspires what we do stylistically. If like you listen to somebody and say, oh, this is something that like inspires my style of writing. Okay. But I can definitely tell you that like I artists that I love, you know what I mean? I grew up on Motown. I love Motown. Okay. You know what I mean? I love, I love R&B. I love 90s R&B. I love,
okay.
I love
now
fucking,
making sense.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And some of it doesn't make sense. I love Nine Inch Nails. I'm one of the biggest Nine Inch Nails fans ever. I love Typo Negative. I love Bone Thugs. I love, there's so much stuff, man. So.
That's some heavy hitters using it.
I don't know. I don't know if it's, but, I just like, I like music that just makes me feel something, just anything, whatever, happy, sad, whatever.
Amen, dude. And that's where, kind of like the biggest point of all of, your art and music. I mean, like you said, you trying to portray, this emotional being that we all are as human beings, like the vulnerability, the reaching out, like the sharing with the crowd, all that shit, like within the lyrics and within the performance of like a live thing and and all the art that goes in between it, man. I mean, collectively, it's an emotional experience that you're creating for not only yourself and others, but just collectively as like in the art. It's so like weirdly deep. Like if you really like pull it all apart. You know what I'm saying? Like you say, you got guys like you work with sound engineers where you could just go, hey, I got this, and then boom, you guys are just like boom connected. You guys got the right idea. It's all flowing, and then it just comes out the way you almost envisioned it.
Yeah.
And I think like here we go again. Authenticity.
Hey, fuck that word. We're canceling that word. In
I hate that
2022,
word.
Authenticity's canceled. We're canceling that shit.
We're not saying that on Talk Me Talking anymore. But
Fuck
just
being authentic.
genuine.
Yeah, genuine. Because authentic's overrated, man.
Genuine through your art and yourself. It's, I don't know, man. It's created a very cool dude. It's I'm a fan of. You know,
I appreciate
I don't
that,
know
man.
what else to say.
I think everything is at least it comes out of our camp. I think everything is rooted in emotion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you know, and that doesn't have to. Again, it's all subjective. It can make you feel how it makes you feel, but
makes everybody feel different.
yeah, you know what I'm saying, and what you're entitled to. But I think as long as we're sparking some kind of interest or pulling on your heartstrings a little bit, or there's just some kind of, you know, the fabric of what we do emotionally connects in some fucking way, you know, then I feel like we're creating something just and that it's not in vain, and that, you know what I mean, it has a purpose.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely.
So,
Absolutely. I'm with you on that road too.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely.
hey, has anyone ever brought you a gift?
Yeah, I got.
Man,
I've got
fuck them people, man.
A few gifts. I got a few.
A few gifts.
I got a gift for you actually. Check this out. Ta-da!
Give me this.
Look at that. Give him a button. Thank you, Joe Allen, for those too, by the way.
Hey, so I brought you a gift.
You brought me a gift?
Yeah, I brought you a gift. The last time I was up here, I noticed when I walked in that it wasn't. Maybe I envisioned it differently in my head, but like I have been here before.
Yeah.
And I thought you had like a lot of hats on the wall.
I have a few.
I thought you had way more. But I brought you a gift.
Oh shit.
And
No way.
yeah, I brought you this.
Oh shit.
I've rocked it to many photo shoots and shows and just all kinds of stuff, man. But yeah, this is an authentic Southgate House
he
Revival.
said it right. I can't say it.
Trucker cap, man, and I brought it for you to hang up on the wall, man.
Thank you, man. Look at that.
You know, just memoriam
awesome.
type stuff.
Dude,
so.
and I've seen you at this place. I can't count how many times,
Right
dude. So
on,
that's
man.
a good memory
venues.
for me to use.
Absolutely,
Adam,
man.
thank you so much.
Hey,
for
appreciate
coming
you
on,
so
man.
much for having me.
I appreciate you.
Let's do it again in 10, 12 years.
Dude, yeah, absolutely. Will you bring Nick next time, maybe?
No, I would, man. I would like to bring Nick up. I feel like Nick, you know, he is probably more interesting than me. So, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, we'll get up here.
Absolutely. I bet he's more interesting than me too.
No, never that.
Well, dude, thank you so much, man.
Thank you for having me, and shout out to all the viewers of the podcast. Is this the camera? Is this who I'm looking at?
That's you.
Yo, keep this alive. And how you do that is you tell a friend, you share it with somebody, you drop it in their inbox. As local independent artists, whatever your craft is, that's how we stay alive. That's how we thrive, is with your support. And that is free. Your support doesn't cost a thing. So if you fuck with what they're doing, they're providing a platform and a format for local people that are involved in arts and entertainment culture right here in our city to come up here and talk their shit. So make sure you share it and show it love, man. That's what's up.
Fuck yeah. I approve that message.
Yeah.
Thank you again, Adam, very much.
Appreciate you.
This has been Talking Me Talking You. Thanks for watching.